So, this is old Goose. He's a Dutch warmblood, I think, or maybe a Westphalian. But he's been giving his owner a little trouble in the cross ties. So, he ties good. He's been here about, I don't know, 3-4 days. And we work him, move him around, get him to give the pressure, pet on him, get him quiet. He's kind of a Dennis the Menace acting booger, but just a 2-year-old warm blood. Don't expect a heck of a lot out of him. Just want to follow, feel, read your intentions. So anyway, in the cross ties, he don't stand very good. So I'm going to show you how I work on cross ties, in case you ever run into it. And this is just the way I do it. So we've got him standing with a single tie, real good. We're going to spin this around, and I got a gate right across that alleyway right there. And I'm going to get Goose out. And fixing these troubles is not a speed event. I'm going to get him to stand over here. And I still got the lead rope in my hand. And I'm going to put this clip on this side, right above the knot. Right below the knot, there. And I'm going to keep a hold of this. And this panel's going to stop him from going straight forward, yes. But this is, I'm going to teach him that being cross-tied is a pretty good place to rest. And I still got pretty good control of him here. I didn't just put him in the cross ties and box him in. Let him figure it out. He knows to give to a feel. And that halter's telling him he needs to be straight. Where I'm standing don't matter. It's what that halter and that lead rope are telling him to do that matters. He follows the feel of that. Now he's showing some concern, some anxiety. I'm trying to get a hold of him here just a little. And teach him he can stand still like that. Good boy. If you've taught that horse to follow the feel, wherever this rope is on that halter is the direction that he'll go for relief. Let him figure it out. With this gate in front of him, ain't no different than standing in front of him with a wall. No different than the horse trailer in front of him. But where they go, they run into cross ties quite a bit. And I'm not here to torture him. I'm here to teach him. Now I'm going to get him to yield over and yield that hip, just like that. Same rules apply. He follows the feel, he gets relief. Now I'm going to clip this other side in. And I still got a hold here. He knows how to stand with one rope. He can follow that field over there. So he's cross-tied, but I'm helping him. And we'll probably do this with him for a couple of days. See, it's our job to teach him. There you go. He came forward and he stopped for a little pat. There's nothing wrong with this. When he follows that feel over there, he gets relief. This is just an emergency brake. I can use this to hold his head enough to unclip one side. If you get in a pickle when you're working on the cross ties, just reach over there and unclip one side. If you've already taught him how to stand with a single tie, the pickle should go away. You just stand here and pet on him. Let him know he's a good boy. But this is a controlled situation here. This gate stops him from crashing into me. If he was to pull back, I would try to get him to step forward off of pull pressure, which I've already taught him how to do, by just holding on to my emergency brake. When he gets to a place where he's standing still and he's thinking, give him a pet. A couple of days of this, and we'll be able to cross tie him in a barn alley with no gate in front of him. And then I'll probably, they said he was spinning around underneath the cross ties and kicking out, and he's just kind of lost his mind. Well, he didn't have a point of reference. There's a point of reference right there. It goes over there. That one, I'm going to pull him back. No different than a lead rope. And it's our job to educate, not punish. And if it takes 2 or 3 days for him to cross tie in a busy alley, there's no downside to that. No downside at all. Every horse that's ever came here that was having trouble in the cross ties, I've worked on it exactly the same way. Now he's over there. That rope's telling him to step back that way. And I still haven't used my emergency brake. It's just hanging there. But I don't want to get him in a jam. I want to teach him this is a good place. Now he's touching into that rope. There. Sometimes they get in situations that they can't think their way through. There's where the panic comes from. Just show him how to think his way through. He knows what this single rope will do. I can send his hindquarters any direction I want. I can send his face any direction I want. His shoulders, forward, backward. That's why it's still on there. Because I want him to learn an alternate way to follow a feel. And if you think about it, cross ties aren't much different than a riding with a rein in each hand. He's got to do that sooner or later anyway. He's only a 2-year-old. So let's just teach him to follow that over there and get straight and relaxed. Now, and not get him hurt. It just makes sense to me. I'll just take a step back, let him think, give him a chance to learn. If I think he's getting too fired up, I'll help him. I'm going to let him work at it just a little bit. And when he quit pawing, I give him a pet. Now that's telling him to get straight that way. He can't swing his hindquarters clear around underneath the rope because my barn alley's right here. There's nothing wrong with this setup. We want him to stand straight. He's got to learn to stand straight. If he learns to stand straight, it doesn't matter if there's side rails on it or not. He'll just stand straight. But he's got to figure that out without being in a wreck. Now he's got to straighten out the other way. And let him work at it. He's in a controlled situation here where he can work at it and he can learn instead of getting afraid and panicking. It's really hard not to grab that rope and help him. But he can't learn nothing if I help him. I'm here to get it back to zero, soft, quiet, and relaxed, and then let go. I'm not here to micromanage him. As soon as he quits fiddling around here, I'll pet him. Just like that. Now I took a step back. Just letting him work at it. Now that's telling him to move his hip. There. That's telling him to move his hip. Following that feel. When he quits farting around right here, I'll give him another pet. Just like that. Then I'll back up again. Yeah, he's got his head over the panel, but he's standing still. That rope's got contact on him. It's telling him to do something, and he's ignoring the feel. I'd like to see him take a step that way and relax. There. He stopped. He's thinking. I'll take this rope and I'll move him over. He knows what that feels like. There. So since we've done our due diligence already, he can follow the field and read my intentions. It's easy to help him when he gets in a jam. When he gets straight again, I'll take him off and we'll do it again tomorrow. But he's got to get straight for me. I want balance in both of these ropes. I'm going to help him. I know he'll follow this feel. There. A little better. So you're just kind of teaching him there is an alternate feel on the sides of his head, like if you were riding with a side pull. And he has to respond to it the same as he does with the single tie. Anyway, that's how I work on horses with cross-tie problems. And like everything else I do, it's not a speed event. So I'll unclip this rope, and I'll unclip this one. And before I shut this gate, I'm going to put him in a place, but I'm going to be on this side of the gate, just like that. Give him a pat. He's straight. Now I'll show you what I did with him. I took him in his stall and put him on a single tie. Just let him practice that. I'll do this every day after I work him. And what I mean by work him is I'm going to work with his mind. I'm going to work with his body, get him to follow a feel, read my intentions, stay soft, quiet, and relaxed. I'm not going to do nothing scientific other than that. And see how he's standing straight? I like that. Anyways, that's how I work on a horse with cross tie issues. Hope it helps.